So we're going to look probably one of the easiest stitches there is to do, and that's running stitch, but I want to show you a couple of variations of it as well, just to make it a little bit more interesting and a bit more decorative. So this is the running stitch here, fairly self-explanatory as to why it's called running stitch. So a straight stitch up and down through the fabric. So I'll show you that on the top row here. So I'm just going to come up right at the end. I've actually got my stitches marked in on here so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to come up at the end and then straight back down at the end of that next one there. So if you haven't got the stitches already marked out, you will need to judge how far that is. It's about 2 or 3 millimeters is a good length. And then the trick is to get them all the same length if you can. It's not difficult stitch, but just try to get them nice and even lengths to your stitches. And it's just up and down in a continual forward motion. Try to get the spaces even in between them as well. The stitch is longer than the spaces in between. So shorter space and a longer stitch. And just up and down all the way. Don't pull them too tightly. They'll disappear into the fabric and it will make the next stage a bit harder as well. So just a nice gentle tension on those. Bring the needle straight up and straight back down, so no need for any angles at all. Just coming up to that end there. Nice straight line. Those stitches nicely spaced. Really all there is to running stitch, so just concentrate on the distances between them and the length of the stitches stays the same. So that's my normal everyday running stitch. So I'm going to show you a few more things you can do with it now. I'm going to show you a whipped running stitch and then a woven running stitch. So you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to change the colour. So I'm going to use a contrasting colour here. And we'll start with the whipped stitch and we'll go around here and whip this one. So start your thread on the back. You can just weave in and out of the stitches a few times to make sure that's secure. So come up at the end. Now I'm going to slide this thread underneath each of these running stitches. I'm using a tapestry needle here. It's got a blunt end on it so it doesn't pick up the thread and distort it and slide under nice and smoothly. If you haven't got a tapestry needle, you could just turn your needle around the other way and put the eye under. That will also work. So we're going to go the same way each time. So I'm going to slide that underneath. You can see there's my first running stitch. So underneath, back over the top, and underneath the next stitch the same way. So we're going the same way each time. I'm going from top to bottom here as I'm looking at it. And just pull that stitch, not too tightly, but just nice tension again, nice gentle even tension underneath. And you can just see it's starting to almost sort of fill in the gaps really, and make what's a dotted line into a solid line. So make sure you go from the same side each time. You can use the same colour if you want, if you just want to thicken the line up and give it a bit of texture, or adding another colour just makes it a little bit more decorative. So all the way around to the end. Again, just watch your tension. And you can see now if you've done your running stitches a little bit too tightly, it's quite hard to get the needle underneath, so not too tight on your running stitches. underneath the last one, just caught that thread there. There we go. And then just to finish that off, back down at the end of that running stitch, just to finish it off, so you get kind of a nice candy stripe effect. So that's a whipped running stitch. So I'm going to show you a woven running stitch now. This gets a little bit more decorative still, makes a really nice edging to something. So instead of round and round the stitches, we're going to go weave the thread back and forth through these stitches. So let's start from underneath now and go to the top, sliding underneath using the same tapestry needle that I used before. All these whipped and woven threads will stay on the top of the fabric until you start and finish, so they don't go through to the back at all. So I've gone under the first one. We're going to stay on the same side now and come back through the next running stitch. Don't pull this too tight, you want to see this nice woven effect that we've got going. So stay on the same side and come back through that running stitch. Same side back through, so you're alternating which way you go each time. You can see that nice woven effect starting to take shape now. Just adjust your tension if you need to as you go. Right to the end now, the last few. Just going to tighten that up a little bit, just so they're nice and even. Underneath that one, and then the last one at the end here, back towards me, and then just down at the end to finish that off. And they all look really different, all very similar variations on a theme, but they all look very different. So you can get some really beautiful effects. So that's running stitch, whipped running stitch and woven running stitch.